Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona for tonight's Thursday night action between the visiting Colorado Buffaloes and your hometown Arizona State Sun Devils. Arizona State coming off of a three-game homestand against the Oklahoma teams. And while they haven't had the best stretch of games after the New Year break, I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn. And Brett, it's been a rough go for Arizona State lately, but they're showing some signs of life.
Yes, and I think they're starting to finally feel comfortable in their own skin. Again, coming into the new year, we know there's going to be some growing pains with such a young group, but I think being highly contested hockey games like they were last weekend against Oklahoma and Central Oklahoma, I think they've finally been able to understand how each of them are going to react and build that trust, especially when you're in the heat of battle in such highly contested hockey games going into the third period.
Right, and on the other side of things, the Colorado Buffaloes, they're on a bit of a hot streak right now. They haven't lost since they played Central Oklahoma back in the middle of November, and they come out here just under 500 on the year in one of the last qualifying spots for Nationals, which is just around the corner. What can we expect to see from Colorado tonight as they try to get a big win on the road?
Yeah, winning their last 5 games, so you understand that a lot of the guys in the Colorado locker room are going to be feeling loose out there, going to be playing very freely, and I think for the Buffaloes, they have that sort of trying to changing of the guard with some of them, as there's only a few seniors on the team, and some of the guys that made it to Nationals last year. Colorado are usually a good program in the Division I level, and I think for the Buffaloes, it's going to be important for them tonight to just not change what they're doing. They've already won 5 in a row, and just to keep the good times going for them.
Well, we will see who gets the good times going first tonight. Puck drop is just around the corner. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got ASU hockey here on YouTube in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in to Tempe, Arizona and Oceanside Ice Arena as the national anthem has concluded. The goalies have got their masks on and we are just about ready for puck drop. A forward note, we will not have a running scoreboard tonight, unfortunately, as we work through some technical difficulties. So we will do our best to give you reminders along the way. I am Niall Cooper. My partner is Brett Vaughn. And Brett, it's going to be an interesting start. Arizona State has looked very good. And you talked to head coach Tate Green beforehand. We expect to see an extra jump in the Sun Devils' step at the start of the game tonight. We will have to see who takes that step for the Sun Devils as they are sporting their nifty new name tags on the back of their jerseys. First time all year we've seen that. Gavin Klein trying to show off his name as that's gloved by the starting goaltender, Jake Cirillo. Klein trying to win it on his backhand. Is unsuccessful, chipping it out of the zone are the Buffaloes, and they will forfeit possession. As it's Budman trying to get the headman past to Klein. Klein with a good weekend 2 weeks ago against Oklahoma. One of the few offensive threats for the Sun Devils is rewarded with the starting job tonight at center ice for head coach Tate Green. Amaya, the righty, will win it and chip it out as Arizona State goes for a quick change. Bringing it back in is the captain, Adams. Adams contested by Studioso. That'll rim around. Cagnani in front. That one's hopping. And an early whistle as Bronson Moore tried to stop it.
It's going to be important for Arizona State. Some deficiencies they had in their own end from 2 weekends ago against the Oklahoma teams of trying to take care of the puck in their own end. It's going to be very important. Lucky there, Moore was able to react, but they're going to have to shore up their own end.
That's one. Kicked up to Geely. He'll deflect it into the neutral zone. Arizona State's played their best as of late with an aggressive forecheck. We will have to see if that continues tonight. Turned over in the neutral zone and dumped in by the Buffaloes as it's Cagnani laboring after it. A soft backhand, and it can be soccered ahead where Newhouse tries to get it in the zone, and that will be a offsides.
With Arizona State having that off week with no games last weekend, head coach Tate Green was really impressed about the effort the team showed in all three of their practices. And it has also carried in during the game week. They started a little sluggish, maybe a little too much fun they had on the off weekend. As explainable and understandable, but they were able to ramp it up. And coming into tonight's hockey game, they're flying on all colors in the practice field.
Arizona State battling through a few injuries right now. As forward Adam Havner is still off of the ice on IR. Lost for the year also is Garrett Brown, the veteran defenseman. Arizona State, trying to show that they are better for the sum of their parts than just a few players. That puck takes a funny hop, and it can be brought ahead with speed. It's Mitchell. Mitchell on his strong side, trying to throw it across the middle. It's loose, picked back up, and a rim behind, brought by McCoff. Chipped out. Arizona State finally has numbers forward. It's Budman trying to get the pass across. He had Palumbo going to the net. A good defensive play by the captain, Adams, however. That'll be thrown down. Icing waved off at the last second, and that allows a change for Colorado. That takes a funny hop. Palumbo can't get it. And the captain, Kowalchuk, will just send it into the corner, and Arizona State will change. 3 minutes gone in the first period. Not a lot of action to report. Both teams doing a good job shutting things down in the neutral zone. Pivoting is Mackey. He'll softly send one in. Barban tried to send it across. But now it can be Amaya who brings it in. He'll backhand it in the corner. The Sun Devils go to work. Tying up the stick and sending it back out in front is Klein. Gets to the point, Studioso. Circling. Wrists one. That one goes just wide. The goaltender never saw it. Cirillo screened. Had no chance. He deflects that one wide. Maya trying to get it back to Studioso at the point. Unsuccessful. That'll be chipped out. Stays in play. And the Sun Devils will try to get this one in as they have a little difficulty in the neutral zone, getting stopped up by Colorado and can be brought in by Javelin. A stick check by Sullivan denies the chance, but the referee puts his hand up. There's going to be a penalty. That's glove down. And with 15:42 remaining in the first, we have our first penalty assessed.
A little wig of a call for me. Aiden Sullivan trying to help out his defenseman, being that first forward in the defensive zone, trying to cover the high slot area. Ended up being a hooking call as he turned his stick plate over to try to disallow Javelin from pulling the trigger right in front. For me, a little too loose, but again, it's important for Arizona State to get used to the rules of how the referees are going to govern tonight's game early.
Kinsella down low, pivoting. Back to Kinsella. He'll fire one wide. Rather, that was Adams as Kinsella goes back with Geely in chase. And a good job by Geely, forces a turnover, and Arizona State can send it down the ice and kill off some valuable time. Kinsella headmans it. His pass a little inaccurate. He was looking for Doyle. Now it's up to Javelin, the assistant captain, bringing it in on his off wing. Backhands it into the slot. A good stick check by Budman denies that chance. It'll be rimmed around. Kowalchuk. He'll backhand it up the wall. Can't get it out. Second chance effort. It does get out, though, and the Sun Devils can change.
Arizona State trying to get a fresh four-man unit on the ice. I really like how they've been aggressive, not allowing Colorado to be able to set up in the offensive zone.
1 minute left on the power play opportunity for the Buffaloes. Trying to do a little give and go. Doyle forces it back to Kinsella. That one goes just wide. A little bit of a knuckle puck. Some good work out of the corner. Javelin throwing it across. He finds Kinsella, and laying out is Bronson Moore. As the referee will blow it down. 36 left on the power play, and the first chance we've seen for the Buffaloes yet.
That was a good step up by Joe Kinsella for Colorado, coming on the weak side. Gavin Klein has to pay a little more attention, covering that high slot of having his head on a swivel, looking to the weak side. Arizona State gave up a few too many power play goals with that same problem of having that back man on the back post sneaking in.
And Kinsella, he's been doing it all year for the Buffaloes. 18 points in 22 games from the back end. That's gloved down and into the corner by Bronson Moore. And Studioso takes a really hard check as he was unsuccessful in getting the puck out. Coming back now are the Buffaloes. That one gets pushed just wide. As Cepeda was unsuccessful, back to the point. A high one into the chest protector. That's off the stick of Hull. Hull steps up from the blue line, keeps it in, but only for a moment. As Studioso goes off laboring and the Sun Devils get a kill. A 2-on-1 chance here. Sullivan toe drags into the slot. Bronson Moore got the pad down. It was a soft shot off of Adams. Easy save for Bronson Moore, and Arizona State coming back now. Cirillo, a good job to not cover it and allow his defenseman to bring it up the ice. Mitchell gets it caught in his skates just a little and gets the help of a teammate to send it into the corner. The forecheck setting up for the Buffaloes as they're taking a little bit of momentum from the power play, trying to use it. That pass handcuffs the defenseman and thrown right into the middle. Easy save for Bronson Moore. 12:51 left in the first. It's 0-0.
I like a little more better of a play for the defenseman for Arizona State, Dylan Adams. He knows he's getting pressure from that first forechecker from Colorado, and instead of pushing everything back up on the strong side because that's where the play originally emanated from when they dumped the puck in from Colorado's end, and instead try to reverse it to the weak side to be able to have a little more clearance on the breakout.
McAuliffe wins it, and the shot goes wide. Arizona State will clear. Delayed offsides for the Buffaloes. As Kowalczyk with his head up, trying to set up the breakout pass, a little give and go. Yager Larson back in the lineup. Will reverse it at his own blue line. Some nifty stick work, and Miller gets it into the offensive zone. Miller steps in behind, trying to get the forecheck going. He cannot seal the wall. And the Sun Devils turn it back over.
I like Arizona State being aggressive, especially on the offensive end, and having that full wave of attack, of having that fourth player with that defenseman jumping in the offensive zone, trying to force the issue and create an open passing lane.
Mackey sidestepped Kowalczyk. In the corner, a hard check by Budman. And that will be a penalty for boarding against the Sun Devils. And just as they get out of one shorthanded opportunity, they give another one right back.
Again, something that I don't really agree with too much from the referees, but you have to understand on how they're going to be governing the game tonight. And it's in order for you and the responsibility as a player to be able to try to conform to those rules. Again, it's a call I don't really agree with, but it's something you're going to have to live with. And if this is a precedent going to be set, that's the way you're going to have to play all 60 minutes tonight.
There's certainly a gray area with a lot of the rules for hockey, and each game can be a little bit different just depending on how tightly the referee is going to call it. Clearly keeping it very tight early are the referees. Larson blows a tire at the point. It's kept in. Jablin circles on the half wall. Back to Callan. Jablin sends it down low. Looking for the one-timer, and that one goes just wide of Moore. It went off of the skate of Jack York, and the net comes off for a whistle. 1:32 left in the power play opportunity, and Brett, the Buffaloes are looking dangerous early.
Being able to assess after this is their second power play opportunity, it looks like what they're doing is working it over to the right side, having 4 Buffaloes in there, trying to make a quick play and allow Kinsella on the backside to be open and get a free shot.
The aforementioned Kinsella scores! He throws one from the far corner of the point, and it dives right in the 5-hole of Bronson Moore, and it's 1-0 Buffaloes halfway through the first.
Kinsella adding the 7th goal of the season for him. And it was just a simple play. He just had a quick release. It wasn't the hardest shot in the world, but it was quick, and I think it caught Bronson Moore napping a little bit, ended up sneaking 5-hole. Again, something the caliber of the goaltender Moore would want to have back. But in either chance, Colorado finally cashes in on the odd man opportunity.
That shot from Kinsella, a la knuckle puck time, and the Mighty Ducks just managed to dive at the last second and sneak in between Bronson Moore's pads. And the defensive scoring leader for the Buffaloes adds another one on the year. That's his 7th. A shot by Dylan Adams as the Sun Devils try to regain a little composure. 10:40 remaining in the first. It's 1-0 to the visitors. Yager Larson with a good stick check on the captain Adams. It redirects to the point. Dylan Adams for the Sun Devils steps up to keep it in. Gets a bit of a ride from Mackey. A turnover behind the net, but Yager Larson can't find his man. Second time he gets it, throws it blindly behind the net. And the Buffaloes will softly chip it out and send it down the ice for a change.
Smart play by the veteran defenseman Ben Hull. He understands how low the ceiling here is at Oceanside Ice Arena. Instead of electing for the really high chip, he goes for the soft one off the glass.
The Centennial Colorado native showing his hockey IQ. As it's Kowalczyk with some good skating. Tried to get it to his forward, but Lester wasn't ready. It'll go all the way back as Robinson tries to send it through the neutral zone. A little bit haphazard. Both teams looking for the home run pass. And wisely settling it down will be Jerome Newhouse. Newhouse throws it down, no icing as it goes straight on to Bronson Moore, and he sends it up quickly. Amaya had a chance to catch the defense napping as they were going for a slow change, and he didn't realize he had that opportunity in front of him. A turnover in the offensive zone, sending it across, looking for the one-timer. After picking it up was Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't get the pass to go after a dangerous move in his own end by York. Disaster averted for the Sun Devils as we are inside 9 minutes left in the first. It's 1-0 Colorado. McAuliffe up to Mitchell. Mitchell galloping into the offensive zone, button hooks. He'll throw it across. A good check by Dylan Adams, as Sullivan couldn't figure it out for the Buffaloes. Geely on the offensive. Throws one in front. It takes a funny bounce, and it's whipping around in front of the net. Nobody can seem to find it. That one on the back door, and a good save by Cirillo as a bouncy ball of a puck managed to find Jake Geely on the back door.
Geely did a smart play by entering the zone and not trying to do anything too cute and just getting the puck to the net, and that's what started the commotion and allowed 2 or 3 second chance opportunities for the Sun Devils, almost cashing in and tying up this hockey game.
And we saw it in the last homestand for the Sun Devils, Brett. It was those second and third opportunities where they really did their best work.
Again, it's not going to be a pretty goal from this hockey club, and they're just going to have to be able to cash in and just keep it simple down the offensive end.
Larson turns it over at center ice. The Buffaloes trying to get the man, making a net front drive was Trace Jablin, but Bronson Moore covers it up with 8:08 remaining. And right now it's all Buffaloes as they have a dominating 8-3 advantage on the shot clock, but it even feels like it could be a bit more.
Gavin Klein doing a great job as the responsibility for the centerman playing all 200 feet of the ice, came back on the forward check and was able to lift Jablin's stick on that opportunity.
Klein, the first line center tonight for the Sun Devils, trying to set the tone. That whipped wide of Moore. Knocked down by the stick of Amaya, and it'll go all the way back into the Buffalo end. Bringing out for the Buffaloes is Adams. Adams fights through 2 stick checks and gets it in the offensive zone on sides. Klein now wins a 1-on-2 battle, but Kowalchuk will turn it over as the Sun Devils running around a little bit. Another turnover into the middle, and Bronson Moore sticks that one away with his blocker after Kenneth Miller had a hard time getting out of the zone. The Buffaloes coming back. In front of the net on the backhand, that one went high, and Bronson Moore was there to answer it, but it's going to be another power play opportunity for the Buffaloes.
Now this is a penalty I could definitely understand and agree with, as Kenneth Miller again in his own zone. We saw a couple shifts earlier, Jack York being a little too fancy as that last man back, taking too many chances with the puck in their own zone, and this time it ends up making it a power play opportunity against for the Sun Devils. Again, of them having to sure up the puck in their own zone, and right now they're not doing that, and that's allowing Colorado to put the pressure on.
Kowalchuk took a good penalty as it was Jablin all alone right in front of the net, and with a nasty backhander that nearly went top corner. A very good save by Bronson Moore, and it certainly won't be the last shot he sees tonight.
Always a hard read for a goaltender on the backhand, because unlike a forehand, it's really hard to be able to put down what the release point's going to be of the puck and where it's going to go.
Cepeda throws it in the corner. Moore comes out of his net to try to clear it. Catches a little too much air, and it'll go out for a whistle. 6:45 left in the first. 1:36 left on the penalty to Zachary Kowalchuk as the referees huddle at center ice, maybe discussing potential winning lotto numbers, as we've seen that pot getting a little high lately, partner.
Yeah, I've been really antsy trying to get back in the Mega Millions. I know it was pretty high a few months ago. I also want to reiterate my point on Colorado's power play. So what they're doing is they're running an overload where they're stacking 4 guys over to the strong side of the corner and then allowing that free floater on the back end, usually Kinsella, to try to float in and get that one-timer opportunity on the back door.
Cepeda looking for that one-time opportunity off the draw. Got checked hard to the ice, and it can be sent all the way down. A nice start to the penalty kill for the Sun Devils. Larson applies pressure in the neutral zone. York cannot clear it, though, as it hops over his stick. Now the Buffaloes working in Gretzky's office, coming out front, looking for the short side shot. Denied, the rebound kicked wide, and the Sun Devils can have a chance to clear it. Jet Larson, he gets it out of the zone, a one-on-one opportunity shorthanded. Larson claps one, and he goes wide, and that'll leave the zone, and it breaks the Buffaloes back out. Cagnoni to Cepeda. Cepeda looking for the man in front, and a diving block by Kenneth Miller denies what would have been a great opportunity for the Buffaloes. Coming back in is Klein. Klein struggling to get it across, and Larson, that one handcuffed him in his feet. Just missing the one-timer shot, short-handed. And the Sun Devils will clear it all the way down. That catches a little bit of the roof, and we have a stoppage in play and coast-to-coast action.
Yeah, a little bit of Riverboat Gamblers on the side of the Arizona State Sun Devils. Budman jumping in. Again, I like that aggression, but he has to be very selective on when he decides to pinch up like that, especially being a man down. Luckily, Kenneth Miller was able to bail him out and clear that puck out and be able to get a whistle.
A good job by Kenneth Miller on the chance for the Buffaloes to lay out and stop the pass into the slot. And the Sun Devils keep it a one-goal game for now. 5:35 remaining in the first. 20 seconds left on the power play opportunity. The Buffaloes setting up down low. Callion was trying to get the one-timer going on the backside. He'll get it now. Slides into the slot, throws one wide. It'll be picked back up by Doyle. Doyle drops it for Kinsella. He'll clap one, and Palumbo will collect the rebound and throw it down, and Arizona State gets a much-needed kill.
Arizona State, very good kill. I think that's going to be able to try and take some momentum back in this first period.
Jablin picking up some speed into the offensive zone. Looking for the shot as he tried to go high short side, and Moore with just enough on that. As Jack York on all fours, we have a tripping call, and I believe it'll be assessed to Colorado as the captain Adams disputing it with the referee to no avail, and it'll be a power play opportunity for Arizona State.
Again, seeing the Buffalo player head to the box, shaking his head. It's going to be a tight game tonight, no secret anymore, with the penalties already been called on Arizona State. And now for the Buffaloes.
Newhouse tries to win it in his defensive end, unsuccessful, as Larson gets the draw. Larson now into the corner, sends it down low, gets it back from Levi Holston. Klein keeps it in. Arizona State cycling in the corner. Yager Larson could not get that one, as it was Sullivan applying pressure and skating hard, and that forces Arizona State to restart. 30 seconds off of the power play already. 4:15 left in the first. It's a one-goal game as Arizona State battling back from behind right now on home ice. Going from right to left on your screen is Arizona State. They just get it in onside. Levi Holston with a stick check as he establishes the forecheck. Just kept in at the point by Budman. Budman pitch and catch with Kowalchuk. He'll fire a wrister. A good block by Adams. Budman trying to sauce one softly from the point to the half wall. As the captain Adams doing a good job riding out the puck and sending it all the way down the ice.
Stellar shift from Matt Adams for the Buffaloes of kneeling down, taking the bruise on the block shot, and then fulfilling that clear at the end.
45 left on the power play. Stopping and starting and then getting it into Miller was Jet Larson. Miller having a hard time keeping the puck on his stick, though. And the Buffaloes with an effective penalty kill right now as they'll send it all the way down the ice once again. Trying to establish a little offensive pressure is Budman. He'll get it in deep as he's stood up at the line by Callion. A good keep by Jet Larson. The puck bouncing around in the slot. Kenneth Miller can't keep it in. And that'll be sent all the way down as the final seconds tick off the power play, and we're down to 2:45 left in the first. Arizona State still down 1-0 And Brett, nothing really going on the special teams right now for Arizona State.
Missing a little bit of that aggression that they showed earlier in the period on 5-on-5. For whatever reason, wasn't carrying over on the odd man opportunity, not being able to outnumber the puck.
Kinsella, the goal scorer, behind his own net, beats the lead forechecker. Flying into the zone, he'll send it into the slot. Struggling to collect it was Timothy Murphy. Murphy gets some help from a teammate, though, and he'll be picked back up and sent into the corner by Mackey. Murphy riding off Kowalchuk. He'll get it and fire that one wide of the net. Callion steps in from the point to keep it. That one deflected by York into the netting with 1:59 left in the first.
Heading to the end of this first period as well, Colorado always winning the race to the puck first, and that's allowing them to dictate the tempo of this hockey game. Arizona State's going to have to shore up their end of things and be able to win those races, which they aren't right now, and that's a dangerous game to play, even with a team like the Colorado Buffaloes, of allowing them to get to the puck first, dictating play, and eventually winning the game most likely.
The Buffaloes with a lot of size and a lot of speed up and down the roster. Certainly playing from behind. This is not a team you want to get into a coast-to-coast offensive battle with, especially with the way the Sun Devils have played. Their best hockey comes when they are competing hard and keeping it close. That sent down the ice, a little too much mustard on it. Off the stick of Eric Cotton. And that'll be an icing. Cotton with a stick in two pieces will go and get a new twig. Certainly never a good feeling, Brett, when your beloved friend betrays you like that.
Yeah, you might want to think about maybe switching to Warrior hockey sticks, the official hockey stick of the ACHA. But I wouldn't have able to break on him there.
Yager Larson trying to win the draw. That'll slide over to the point. Kinsella keeps it in after a hard ride from Demon. Larson trying to backhand it out with his hand. Kinsella keeps it. Kinsella fighting off Eric Cotton and Yager Larson as it's Cotton back to Kowalchuk. Reverses it to York. York struggling, a little bow-legged. That's turned over. Giving chase for the Buffaloes is Sullivan. Connor Sullivan, a little bit of help from Mitchell. Gets back to the point. Callion rips one, and Moore will glove that one down with 1:11 remaining in the first. As Kowalchuk gets a little bit friendly with Connor Sullivan, the Oak Park, Illinois native. Sullivan surely happy not to be in his home state right now as that polar vortex just absolutely hammering the Midwest of this country, setting all sorts of records for cold. Meanwhile, a balmy 65 out here in Arizona today, Brett.
Yeah, that's a little cold for our standards here.
Kept in and ripped wide off of the stick of Adams. Hull steps in from the point to keep it. Hull on all fours, loses it. Budman headmans it. Now Amaya on his off wing. They're in on sides. Amaya looking for the pass. That one redirects as he tried to take the shot. A good stick by Adams to deny the chance. The Buffaloes behind their own net. That'll be sent all the way down, and just missing it was Cagnoni as he was in all alone behind the defense. Neither Budman nor Miller saw him. As it's another turnover by Jet Larson. Newhouse, he fans on the first shot, tries to get it across in the middle, couldn't find his man. It's picked back up at the point. Hull sends it down low. Kenneth Miller blindly backhands it and sends it right to Cepeda. Cepeda in the middle, and they score. It's Newhouse, and it's 2-0 Colorado.
Arizona State again being too loosey-goosey in their own end. Jet Larson this time ended up coughing the puck up to Newhouse, and that allowed Colorado to operate with the tired Arizona State team as they were going, half of the team was going for a change, and that allowed Arizona State to be susceptible to that pass right in front, with that pass coming from underneath the goal line right in front, and a little too quick for Moore to react to.
And Brett, it's certainly never a good thing when you turn it over in your own end. Arizona State turning it over twice in one series of plays behind their own net. First Kenneth Miller, then Jet Larson. And Newhouse makes no mistake in the slot on the one-timer. As we are down to 5 seconds left in the first, it's 2-0 Buffaloes. One more opportunity as Adams tees one up, and that one goes just wide. As Jablin was in front of the net providing the screen. And it's all Colorado after 20 minutes as the visiting Buffaloes lead 2-0 on the scoreboard, 15-4 on the shot clock. And Brett, we talked about coming into tonight Arizona State's tenacity and hard work they put in over the break. And right now we're not seeing any yield from that hard work that they put in.
Yeah, they had a really good start to the period. I liked how aggressive they were on even strength 5-on-5 of being able to come up in the rush. But it looks like they lost some of that juice near the end of the first period, that back half of the first period. And it's showing up on the scoreboard with Colorado being up 2-0. Again, they've won 5 straight in a row. The team's a bit on a heater. And for them, they're just playing loose within themselves and winning races to the pucks. And that's why it's leading them with a successful 2-0 lead at the end of one.
All Colorado all the time. And we will see if Arizona State has some pushback in just 15 minutes when we get the second period underway. We thank all of you for tuning in, and stick around for second period action here on the Arizona State ACHA YouTube page. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to second period action here in Tempe, Arizona on the Arizona State University ACHA Hockey YouTube page. We welcome you all back in. I'm Niall Cooper alongside my partner, Brett Vaughn, as we thank you all for tuning in tonight on this beautiful Thursday night in Arizona. It's a 2-0 lead for the Colorado Buffaloes, as the visiting Buffaloes took it to Arizona State early in the first period and kept it going all 20 minutes long. And Brett, Arizona State never really was able to establish a foothold in the first period for even a couple shifts in a row. It was Colorado from the start, and they really just took it to them.
Yeah, I think for Arizona State, they first need to start building out from their own end, being very selective of where they're making the passes and really possessing that puck well and safely.
Arizona State came back from 3 down against Oklahoma a few weeks ago and nearly managed to win the game. So 2-0 down with 40 left is certainly a task well within reach for Arizona State. But first they got to put in the effort. 43 seconds gone in the second. An offensive zone draw. Gavin Klein steps in for Arizona State. Amaya trying to come in from the corner, but the winger boxed out, unsuccessful, and Colorado gets it in behind Moore. Moore quickly sends it up. Klein with a good stick, and he'll get it into the offensive zone. Klein, he has a man coming, tries to deke, and a good job by Callion to get his stick in the way of Klein and stop him as he was trying to go between the legs. Amaya pokes it off the defenseman. That was Newhouse trying to get out of the zone. Into the slot, Jet Larson. Dekes past one, can't get past the other. It's picked back up by Klein. And as he tried to shoot, it was Cirillo sprawling out who knocked the net right off the moorings. But we do have a penalty being assessed against Colorado on that good effort by Gavin Klein in front of the net.
Yeah, Gavin Klein has really turned it on the second half of the season, and he's our featured player for tonight's game, brought to you by Gallagher Family Insurance. And for Klein, really stepping up, he's gotten to reap the rewards of being on a top 2 line for the Sun Devils, and with that hustle, ending up a power play opportunity.
Klein ascending up the Arizona State depth chart so far this season. First line center right now, and he's showing why. As he earned that one, Studioso across in front. Klein tried to redirect it. It was Robinson applying chase in the corner. Trying to feed it to Klein was Budman, a little out of reach, and that'll be sent all the way down the ice as both teams get in a quick change.
Nice to see Studioso out there. He took a bit of a hit on his shoulder in the first period, and right now he's out there on the power play.
Studioso flips it to Budman. Budman around Mitchell looking for the shot, and that'll be redirected off of the stick of Hull into the netting. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second period. 1:14 left on the power play chance. As Arizona State trying to come back from behind. And it'll be Amaya in the draw for the Sun Devils, trying to win it against Jablin. Jablin gets it back, but it can't be sent out. Kowalchuk misses the puck, though, and Mitchell gets it past him. It's a 2-on-1. York back. York trying to stop the pass. He couldn't, but it's pushed just wide of the net. And now it's the Sun Devils who return. Kowalchuk in the offensive zone drops it. Amaya not ready for it. Just barely keeps it in, and then it's sent all the way down. And a good penalty kill right now by the Buffaloes.
Arizona State making it really easy for the Buffaloes to kill this. They're being way too fancy for me, entering in the own zone, and that's allowing the Buffaloes to make quick exits out of their own zone.
Kowalchuk flips it to Budman. He gets it ahead to Geely, and Geely will dump it in. Amaya can't win that battle. It'll come back to the point. Kowalchuk trying to bat it out of the air, but it's Jablin who gets it. Jablin, he has Mitchell on the far post. Jablin trying to backhand it. And a good stop by Moore, but it's pushed off by Eric Cotton. Cotton, the transfer from Sweden, trying to make a play, just loses the puck. There's a few iffy spots on the ice here at Oceanside Ice Arena you have to be careful of, as the puck will just stop up on you out of nowhere. Sullivan now fresh off the bench, and he takes a hard hit from Demon at the blue line. A good job by Alexander Demon to finish his check. Now it's Demon. He pushes it ahead to Yager Larson. Larson looking for Demon in the middle. Demon, he can't find the handle. Gets it back, trying to send it across. Larson stops it down. Studioso claps one right into the gut of Cirillo, and we have a whistle.
Great full ice effort by Demon on that shift, contributing to the defensive end. And when you're working hard in the defensive end, it's going to pay off, and you're going to have the offensive zone opportunity like he just did and allowed to create for his line mates.
Demon, he had a nice, sleek goal in the last series for Arizona State. He's feeling it a little bit right now. A great shift. We'll see if Arizona State can use any of that momentum. Levi Holston, a couple goals last series. He's in the corner. He gets it back to Miller. Miller with a soft backhand. That'll go harmlessly wide. And the Buffaloes will get it out. Sullivan showing no ill signs after taking that hard check from Demon. And Sullivan will kick that one down in the offensive zone, as a partial change will come for the Buffaloes. Second period, a long change. Both teams will have to be wary of. As Dylan Adams will rip that one up into the netting for a stoppage with 5:32 left in the middle frame.
Yeah, looking at their shot total, Arizona State hasn't even reached double digits yet. And for Colorado, it's really been a testament to how hard they're working tonight, how hard they're working and winning races to those pucks first. And with that, that allows them to be able to dictate the tempo.
Murphy in the draw. That shot not coming, and Arizona State gets it in. Elizade takes a hard check from Adams as he gets it into the offensive zone. Studioso can't keep it in, and he'll play pitch and catch with York. Studioso up the middle to Palumbo, who sends it in, and Elizade, the speedster, will try to give chase. A good clear, though, by the Buffaloes, as Colorado doesn't want to allow any extended opportunities for the Sun Devils. As you can see, their D being very aggressive to get that puck out of the zone any chance they can. They do it once more, and it's Murphy in the offensive zone. Just dragging his leg and staying on sides was Mackey on the net front drive. Mackey trying to find it. The second man does. A good save by Bronson Moore as the net comes off with men in front, and a stoppage as the Buffaloes with another good opportunity as men went to the net, drove hard, and nearly found that second chance opportunity.
Great sparkling shift again by the veteran defenseman Matt Adams, the Highlands Ranch, Colorado native. And for the Buffaloes, he's even throwing an old-fashioned hip check. Don't see too many of those, especially in the NHL. Only person I can really think of that still does it right now is Brent Burns for the San Jose Sharks. But I used to always love good old Kyle McLaren back in the day, just throwing those wicked ones at the blue line.
Hopefully we have a few vintage San Jose Sharks fans watching tonight. Brett dropping some names. You'll love to see the physicality, that's for sure. York a little timid of the physicality, tried to poke that one out, and Bronson Moore spreading out with a huge save, as it was Kinsella toe dragging in the middle with a wide open net in front of him, and Bronson Moore says no.
Insane by Bronson Moore. Again, a spectacular save. Was able to catch it with his blocker hand. Usually you have the glove for that type of action, Cotton, but on that opportunity he was able to somehow grasp it in his blocker and not allow a second chance opportunity to rebound. You
mentioned the physicality aspect of it, Brett, and it was Jack York who shied away from a hard check on the boards. The Buffaloes setting the foundation early, and they nearly reaped some rewards on that opportunity. The right-hander Amaya in the corner trying to work it. Digging at it is Callion, unsuccessful. In the slot, Larson can't get it. Budman now at the point for the Sun Devils. That one will be knocked down, but kept in as the top line for Arizona State tries to get the forecheck going. Budman at the point just keeps it in, as it was Klein coming back, realizes he's still on sides, And Arizona State draws a power play, a shot. That one gets blocked and into the corner. And just as Bronson Moore gets to the net for the extra man, we have the whistle and another opportunity for Arizona State.
Again, this time Arizona State a little better effort at this first half of the second period. Again, winning races to the pucks, and that's allowing the Buffaloes to take a minor call. And for Arizona State, I really like too as well that when they pulled it for the extra attacker, they were doing quick one-touch passing to try to get the puck to Jet Larson. Unfortunately, his shot was blocked. But again, that's something they really need to take and emphasize on this man advantage opportunity.
Levi Holston in the draw for the Sun Devils. He'll lose it to Carter. Up against the wall, Levi Holston manages to seal it and keep the puck in. Klein had a chance to shoot, opted to send it down low to Holston. Holston trying to settle the puck down. He'll reverse it to the point, and a good job by Carter to poke it out of the zone. And Studioso will take it back and restart once more for the Sun Devils as they get going on this cold beer and cheeseburgers power play. A delayed call, and it's going to be an elbow. It appears to be on Bradley Budman, and we'll have some 4-on-4 coming. And Brett, that's got to be a sigh of relief for the man in the box, Nathaniel Cepeda, as he does not have to worry about a shorthanded opportunity coming against the Buffaloes after the penalty he took just about 35 seconds ago. And we've seen a little bit of 4-on-4 action in the last few games for the Sun Devils. Nothing great coming of it, but what can you expect to see as the Geely line steps out on the ice for Tate Green?
I was going to say, I have to maybe give the slight edge to the Buffaloes right now, as they've been jumping from the hop of this game. And now with more ice available, it's really going to reward whoever's going to be winning the race to the puck.
Well, Newhouse wins that battle. He'll come in short side and try to go to the far post. A good angle by Bronson Moore as he challenged the shooter, and that shot goes wide. It's Geely now. Deaking, sent to the middle. York right up the middle, gets past the D and fires as Cirillo leans back and seals the arm. A good save by him on that 4-on-4 opportunity with 12:38 left in the second.
You can hear from the press box, head coach Tate Green asking for the calls. Looked like York might have been hooked with the parallel stick. And I might have to agree with him on that one for the way this game's been called, especially in the first period.
It's been tightly called, but apparently not on that opportunity. Sun Devils will need to get right back to it, though. The shot by York, kicked away by the leg pad of Cirillo. And Newhouse will bring it out. Newhouse takes a hard check from Kowalchuk. And now on his backhand, another hard check delivery, but he shakes it off. Trying to get it in the slot, he had Mitchell. It comes back around now to Jablin. Jablin fires, will block by York. Jablin really showing some energy for the Buffaloes on this 4-on-4 chance. Just trying to get it out as York reverses to Kowalchuk. The Sun Devils trying to get that change going. It's Kowalchuk, the last tired legs left, and he'll get it flip into the corner and get off the ice. As the final seconds tick away on the first penalty to the Buffaloes, they will have 35 seconds of power play opportunity. As Mitchell trying to get it across the hull, just puts it a little behind him. The pass is not connecting for the Buffaloes, and Arizona State can clear. .15 seconds left on the power play. It's Studioso, though, with the puck, and he'll fire one all the way down the ice over the outstretched arms of Hull, and that will do it as we get 5-on-5 action to resume. 11:11 left in the second. It's still 2-0 Buffaloes. Evading the forechecker and getting it in. That shot a little high, but kept in by Sullivan. Back at it now is McAuliffe. McAuliffe trying to get it from Studioso. He gets it now, trying to send one to the far post, as it was Kinsella jumping into the play, and it's a 3-on-1 now for the Sun Devils. Amaya has got Klein in the middle, Larson on the far post. To Klein, and he fans on the pass. A 3-on-1 for the Sun Devils, and no shots on goal. Disappointing.
You You got to really cash in for the Sun Devils, especially down 2 goals. And you have a golden chance opportunity with a 3-on-1. And Amaya doesn't really do too much with the puck and just allows it for easy clearance.
A good move by Murphy to get in the offensive zone, as he'll backhand one behind the net. Picked up by Mackey. Mackey operating on his backhand as Colorado gets the cycle going. It gets back to the point. Kinsella stepping along the blue. He'll wrist one. That's knocked down in front. Klein and Miller in on the defensive action, but they can't get it out. Barband in the corner as he operates against Budman. Sun Devils trying to chip it out, and they finally do. It's Demon into the offensive zone, but he couldn't get over the stick of Kinsella. A good defensive play for the Buffaloes. They come right back at it. Mackey trying to feed it in front, as it was Alexander Demon giving chase. Miller delivers a hit in the corner as the Buffaloes reverse it around the net. Another stick breaks for the Sun Devils. That's Eric Cotton's stick. And Brett, if my math is correct, that's the second time tonight Eric Cotton's broken a stick. You might need to give him that promo code to Warrior you were mentioning in the first period.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to be using, most likely, I don't know if he brought 3 sticks with him, or at least some players nice enough to give him and loan him a backup. But unfortunate timing, especially losing a stick in your own zone when a stick is really your best defensive weapon.
Colorado on the front foot right now. They'll have to restart after the pass from Robinson just gets out of the zone. It's York now. Can't catch Studioso. The Sun Devils struggling to get a clean breakout. Geely heard the footsteps of Robinson coming. A good job by the bench to let him know the big check. And he steps out of the way. The Sun Devils now in the corner, as Newhouse reverses it on his knees. Holston on the other end giving chase. Robinson goes down. No call on the play. That'll be flipped out by the Buffaloes, and it's York as the speedy Cepeda comes in. Studioso grinding out this shift, and he'll get out of the zone. Donovan Myers laid into at the blue line. He gets up no worse for the wear. Palumbo delivers a check. It's into Myers. In the slide, fire! And a good save by Cirillo as he shoulders that one away. Palumbo went down in the slot, and we will have an interference penalty coming to the Buffaloes as the action's really ramping up.
Crucial to get contributions from all 4 lines. And right there, the 4th line for Arizona State did just that. Donovan Myers ended up eating a check to be able to get that puck dumped in, and then Austin Palumbo using his physical prowess in the corner to create the turnover, and that allowed Myers to have a great opportunity and eventually lead to a power play now for the Sun Devils.
8:16 left in the second period. Another power play opportunity for the Sun Devils. They've struggled on the few opportunities they've had tonight, as it's been a very fast, very aggressive penalty kill from the Buffaloes that has stymied the Sun Devils in the slot now, and they score! A short-handed goal, as it was Christopher Doyle who went bar down, and it's 3-0 Buffaloes with 8:03 left in the second.
Golly, you think maybe the tide's starting to turn once you have some build momentum and get that power play opportunity, and then the Buffaloes, but again, hasn't been a surprise. I think a couple power plays ago they had 2 2-on-1s on the same penalty kill opportunity, and Colorado being dangerous on the penalty kill, even down a man.
We mentioned how good the penalty kill was for Colorado, and they step up and provide some offense now. As they lead by a field goal to nothing over the Sun Devils. A good pass across the neutral zone and bringing it in. It's Kowalchuk. He's got Geely. Finds him. Geely not quite ready for it, though. It's now back at the point. York will find one. That one redirected. Cirillo snowmanning to stop it. It's not covered. Throwing it back in front is Klein, and Cirillo, not used to the soft moorings on the goals here at Oceanside Ice Arena, knocks the net off once more, and the Sun Devils with a little bit of fight back after that goal.
A little more decisiveness in the offensive end, almost paying off. Jack York not wasting any time walking the line on the blue line and looking for that redirection shot from Geely. And again, it's just going to be those simple opportunities for the Sun Devils to try to climb back in this hockey game.
Back at the point. Onto the half wall. Adams giving him a hard ride as Klein loses that battle. And it'll be sent all the way down the ice. 45 left on the power play. 7 minutes remain in the second. Holston in the offensive zone. Holston, who looks to be sporting a fresh cut, gets that one in front of the net, and it's covered.
Yeah, I'm missing a little bit of the salad on Holston. I think they ran out of shampoo over at the local Safeway. No more Head and Shoulders for him.
Holston with a clean cut and a clean shave, looking for a clean chance with 35 left on this power play opportunity as Klein will step into it. His winger just missing the puck. Budman steps into Mitchell at the blue line and delivers a big hit. As the lead forechecker McAuliffe forces the Sun Devils to turn it around. Budman reversing a Yager Larson. Larson chips that one in. Klein will give chase. Klein pivots in the corner. Back up to the point. He gets it to Budman. Budman to Studioso. He's got Palumbo in front of the net. Back to Budman. He fires one. Deflected off the stick of Mitchell into the corner. Studioso gets it. Sends it behind. Palumbo can't corral. A tired Klein giving chase. And he'll lose that battle to Kinsella. Great effort by Budman as he stopped Mitchell from getting in behind him. And Klein will just throw one on net to Cirillo. As we have 5-on-5 play resuming now after another failed power play opportunity for the Sun Devils. A high stick on the puck as Myers touches, and we have a whistle. Brett, great effort from Colorado on the PK. What's it been tonight that's made it so difficult for Arizona State?
I think especially in terms of the power play, for whatever reason, they're not carrying over that aggressiveness and that decisiveness that we've been seeing 5-on-5 on the 5-on-4 opportunities in the power play. I think for them, they're being a little too confident that, okay, we have an extra man so we can maybe take things slower. No, that's when you really want to ramp it up and really expose the other team of only having 4 guys out there by making quick, decisive plays and passes and be able to get shots off quickly.
And Brett knows my favorite senior tour golfer, Bernard Longer, a famous quote of his, indecision is the worst decision. As we need to see a little more decisiveness and effort from Arizona State to get back into this game. Trying to feed it in the slot to Carter was Jablin. Jablin, the points leader for this Buffaloes team. He'll get it and bring it in the offensive zone. On his strong side, he'll button hook. And he'll button hook again. Getting into the slot to Carter, down low. It looked like Carter had a shot. Opts to give the pass. Back to Jablin. He'll reverse it. The Buffaloes trying to set up that one-timer on the backside. Good job by Arizona State. A little bit of puck watching. On the back door sliding in was Callion. He couldn't get the handle on the shot. Has some good movement. Stymied the defense. That one going high from Jablin and just misses the net. The Sun Devils starting to get a little bit tired as they are shorthanded with 60 seconds left on the power play for Colorado. That one redirected in the corner. Callion steps in. Kowalchuk separates the man from the puck as he gets pushed up against the boards. It's Adams trying to win that race. He will not. A great effort by the co-captain for the Buffaloes, Adams. He'll get it back to Kinsella. Kinsella throws one through the slot. Jablin wasn't ready. Kowalchuk will lean into Jablin but can't get it out. In front of the net, paddled down by Moore. Nothing there. Throwing it back into the slot was Doyle. No one could get a handle on it, but the Colorado Buffaloes get a quick change on the fly and keep it in the offensive zone. Back to Kinsella. He'll wind up and fire. Larson getting a stick on it and blocking into the corner. 5 seconds left on the power play opportunity. It's a tired group for the Sun Devils out on the ice as they try to hold tight. Pivoting, trying to get it to Hull. Klein out of the box. Klein, he's in behind the defense all alone. He's got Larson coming into the slot. Klein looking for the shot, and what a save by Cirillo as he laid out with the glove to deny Gavin Klein, and a chance for the Sun Devils oh so close.
Couldn't have had better timing for Klein coming out of the box and having the puck right to him on a mini breakaway. And it was great hustle by Jager Larson to come in on the weak side and to try to at least give the passing option for Klein. And Klein was trying to sell the pass across, but give credit to Jake Cirillo, who hasn't really been busy all night, to stay sharp on his near post.
Only the 13th save Cirillo's had to make tonight, but certainly a grade A opportunity at that. York surrounded by Buffaloes as he tries to flip it around and get it out of the zone. It's kept in by Mackey, though, and he'll send it down low as Cagnoni gives chase. Cagnoni pushes up against York on the boards. York gets it out and around. It's up to Larson on the half wall. He'll get some help from Kenneth Miller, who flips it across to York, and they get it in the offensive zone as Cirillo will cover it up with 3:04 left in the second. It's a 3-0 lead for Colorado. And Arizona State with maybe their best chance of the game, but couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, for Arizona State, again, they're just going to have to cash in, go back to that opportunity, going back to that 3-on-1 they had with Amaya. And for the Sun Devils, they have to be opportunistic with whatever chances they create on the defensive end.
Palumbo backhanded it into the corner. Elizade couldn't get it. Clapping it back in is York as the Sun Devils tag up on the offsides. Sky hooking it out, and back to York now once again. As Colorado just trying to hold on to this lead. As they will step in and keep it at the point. Trying to get it in the slot as Mackey took a ride from Budman. A good stick check as he couldn't get a hard shot off. Murphy now operating in the corner. A good job protecting the puck, trying to bring it around. Nothing in the slot, so he'll go back to the point. Robinson fakes, and from his knees, Mackey trying to redirect it. It ends up in the corner. Buffaloes with a hard forecheck. And a late whistle as that one got deflected off of the stick of Robinson up into the shallow roof here at Oceanside Ice Arena.
Arizona State have been maybe just a tad better in this second period in terms of trying to hustle and win races to lose pucks. But again, we're just missing that consistency of trying to keep that and withstand that throughout the whole period.
Colorado pushing hard as they want to leave Tempe on a positive note tonight, as they will play the University of Arizona the next 2 nights, Friday, Saturday. That'll be a tough matchup against the number 6 ranked Wildcats. A save by Cirillo. The referee behind the play has his hand up as Bronson Moore tries to come on for an extra attacker briefly for Arizona State. That'll be touched up and a whistle. 1:25 left, and the Sun Devils will go back, I say it hesitantly, on the power play.
Yeah, looking at their goal differential, about just on the power play alone, having an extra guy out there, and they're negative right now. With Colorado scoring that penalty kill goal, that's something that's unacceptable at any level of hockey. And for Arizona State, they're going to have to make their bed the way it was made and try to come back in this hockey game and just do and be able to have control of what they can, which is right now on this power play.
Two of the most consistent performers as of late for head coach Tate Green, Levi Holston and Gavin Klein, out on the power play together. It's Budman, though, at it with the point. He'll try to slide into the middle. That shot redirected wide. Back up to Studioso. He keeps it in. To Larson. Back to Studioso. Over to Larson. Larson tries to throw one across. Not the best choice, and it'll be dumped down by the Buffaloes as we get inside of 60 seconds.
Christopher Doyle doing a great job as that high forward of being able to take away the shooting lane from whoever's on the top of the umbrella and not allow that point shot to come through.
Hull now will clap it all the way down the ice. A good clear. And once again, it's the Buffaloes establishing the special teams advantage early on this opportunity. Klein assessing his options, decides to go in on the left wing, gets it back to the point. A little hamstrung was Budman as he just manages to get it on net. And we're down to 25 seconds left in the second period. 3-0 lead for the Buffaloes.
Again, it might be good with only 25 seconds left to really force Arizona State's hand and try to be a little more decisive without them really knowing, trying to get a shooting opportunity with only 25 seconds left on the scoreboard.
The Buffaloes win the draw. That one takes a funny hop into the slot. And it's Trace Javelin who beats 3 Sun Devils to it and will get it all the way into the offensive zone. 10 seconds left in the period. Going for the home run pass was Jack York, couldn't find it. Now it's Kowalchuk, maybe one shot coming here from York as he'll try to fire. But Newhouse deflects it into the corner for the Buffaloes. And it's a 3-0 lead that they will carry into the third. Brett, Colorado really establishing their dominance in this game. And I have to say, I'm sure you'll agree with me, it seems like special teams has been the key for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, it definitely has. Again, they've been +1 goal differential on the penalty kill, having that less guy out there. And again, that's a testament to what they've been doing on 5-on-5 full strength hockey, is that they've been able to win races to loose pucks and anticipate where that puck is going and get there a step or two ahead of the Sun Devils. And when you're doing that against your opponent consistently, you're going to be able to open up chances and opportunities for yourself, and that's why they have a 3-0 lead at the end of 2.
And the Buffaloes certainly have good goaltending up and down their lineup. All goalies sub 3-3 goals against average, and certainly Jake Cirillo helping to bump those numbers up tonight as the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native showing a good display in the second period. Folks, we're a short 15 minutes away from the third period, where action will be sure to ramp up. We thank you so much for joining us here on Arizona State ACHA Hockey YouTube and look forward to the third period. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third period tonight as we get underway with the final frame of tonight's action between the Colorado Buffaloes and your Arizona State Sun Devils. It's a 3-0 advantage right now to the visiting Buffaloes, who have put on a masterclass display tonight of special teams action coupled with some good goaltending, and you throw in a pinch of opportunistic scoring, and that gives you a nice, comfy 3-0 lead on the road. As it's now Cepeda bringing it in. That one a loose rebound from Bronson Moore, but he'll cover it up. And I'm Niall Cooper bringing you back in here. My partner Brett Vaughn. And Brett, we're inside the last 20 minutes. We've seen Arizona State last weekend make one spirited comeback down by 3 goals. But tonight's a little bit different as they're going to need all 3 of those goals in one period. What's it going to take for them to simply get back on the board and establish themselves in this game?
Yeah, it's going to be for them to just keep their heads up right now and just stay the course and just try to send as much rubber as you can to the net of Jake Cirillo for the Buffaloes, and just keep at it again, minding their P's and Q's in their own end, and just really focusing on north-south, building up speed in your own defensive zone to the offensive zone to transition.
It's the captain, Zachary Kowalchuk. He'll send one around. Geely gets a small deflection. The puck, though, on the fresh ice sheet will go all the way down for an icing. The shot clock right now reads 28-16 advantage for Colorado. Colorado trying to build a little momentum before they head down to Tucson tomorrow night. That one stopped up by Bronson Moore. And down in Tucson tonight, U of A is taking on Colorado State, who we will see tomorrow night and Saturday night here in Tempe, as the Sun Devils will play them twice. That one rimmed into the neutral zone. Kinsella will softly backhand it. It'll be flipped down. Sullivan giving chase as the Sun Devils change behind the play. A good read and step up by Jack York as he intercepts the breakout pass from Kinsella. Arizona State trying to work and get the puck, but it's won away by Cagnoni. Newhouse struggling to get the handle on it. Will eventually get it back. Eric Cotton trying to get the puck. Blew a tire, but he gets it behind the net, trying to feed it out in front, and in the process will knock the net off of the moorings.
Not really the ideal forecheck. You draw it up for Eric Cotton, but he did just enough. Again, really hustling, challenging the defense of Colorado, and he ends up getting a whistle in the offensive zone.
Offensive zone draw coming for Arizona State. The first line will step out. Klein in the draw as he faces off against McAuliffe. McAuliffe wins it, gets back to Robinson. He'll send it around. That's out of the zone. Icing waved off. Studioso has Mitchell coming after him, so he'll just throw it around the boards. That one kept in right at the blue line. And now it's Klein who will try to skate it out of the zone. A good step up by Adams, but he can't get it deep. Sealing off the wall is Jet Larson. Gets some more help from Adams as they battle away at it and slash it down in the corner. It's ski balls up in the air, a glove's loose, and it's Jet Larson who gets the puck. Larson reverses on the boards. He feeds it around, stepping in is Studioso. He'll backhand one into the corner, just keeping it in. It's Amaya fighting off the defender. That one kicked back out to the blue. Arizona State just tagging up, and Adams brings it back in. He's fought off by Robinson. But Arizona State with a good forecheck as they change on the fly. Demon comes in, shakes off a check, gets back into the corner, wins it out. But Klein, a little too tired, couldn't do anything to get the puck. And now Kenneth Miller will have to break it out for Arizona as he just flips it out and turns it over to the Buffaloes. 3.5 minutes gone in the third period. It's still 3-0 Colorado. Budman to Larson, and he just gets it in the corner. And that was a delayed offsides as they touch it up.
I like the response early in the third period for the Sun Devils. Again, it's something where once you get one goal, and then you can start to feel that momentum going. So again, the key is just to really get that catalyst going and that spark.
Arizona State would take any sort of spark right now to get them going, as they haven't been opportunistic enough tonight. Murphy sidesteps the hip check from Demon. As Mackey gets it, throwing it in front, Budman kicks it away. Cotton leaves it for Demon. Demon will bring it in the zone. Budman stepping up to join Demon. He spins. Demon losing the handle on it as he tried to make a move. And now it's the Buffaloes coming back. Barban losing the handle on the puck just as he was looking for the shot. The Ontario native still looking for his first point on the season. So Murphy lays a stick check on Larson and wins the battle. Murphy backhands it in. Barban after it. To Mackey. Mackey works over Larson. Eric Cotton steps in and reverses it. Not great communication, and Kinsella can keep it in as he was looking for a deflection in front. Couldn't get it. The Colorado's now changing behind the play as the points leader Jablin comes on the ice. Jablin and Kinsella, a dangerous duo as they present a constant offensive threat. The Sun Devils a little lackadaisical in their own end as they're just trying to get it out right now. They finally do, but that will be an icing if it goes far enough. Waved off at the last second, much to the relief of the Sun Devils. Just over 5 minutes gone in the third period. We thank you all for joining us here tonight at Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. Bronson Moore will shuffle out of his net, kick it in the corner, and the Sun Devils try to clear it. Holston jabs at it. He can't get it out. Second chance effort by Geely does, and he'll send it in the middle. As it was York, not really sure what to do with it, and it ends up in the corner. As Arizona State changes behind the play. Geely trying to cut off the passing lane. As McAuliffe eventually gets that one out. Rather, Doyle does. But it can be brought in by Klein. Trying to drag the foot is Jet Larson. And maybe a scoring opportunity for the Sun Devils as Klein had it on his forehand and Jet Larson just puts him off sides.
Yeah, shot themselves in the own foot there, not having enough patience to allow Klein to enter in the zone. End up going offside. Looked like a promising opportunity for the Sun Devils, goes begging.
Newhouse in the draw as Klein gets kicked out. So it's Amaya who steps in for the Sun Devils. Klein, a little move. Drops it to Budman. Budman picks it up on his forehand and will try to wrist one in. Knocked down by the defenseman and can be sent out now where Newhouse has some speed, but we have a whistle behind the play. An offensive zone draw for Arizona State. We mentioned earlier U of A taking on Colorado State tonight at the Tucson Convention Center. Also in action, not too much going on tonight on a sparse Thursday night, but we also have University of Central Oklahoma against Missouri State. Missouri State getting a much-needed 4-3 win over the tough Central Oklahoma group. And Davenport and Western Michigan postponed tonight. As that chance goes in front, Bronson Moore will bring the net back on its moorings. As a gimpy Cagnoni will get off for the Buffaloes, and Arizona State can take it out of their zone. A bad turnover in front, and a hand up behind the play. And just to finish the thought, it's the Wings West Arena that will have to see a game played a little bit later as weather postponed the action. And that was our trip around the ACHA, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the ACHA.
Sloppy breakout out of Arizona State out of their own end. Jet Larson with a no-look pass ended up giving it right away to a Buffalo's player. Ends up forcing a penalty to be called with a trip as Kowalczyk had to stop the Buffalo's player, else he was off to the races on a mini breakaway. And again, trying to sure it up on their own end and trying to have clean breakouts. And again, that'll lead to a problem. But part of me looks like it's going to be a power play opportunity. Instead, it looks like it got whistled down before that penalty was committed by the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils looking for anything to get back in the game as that shot from Budman is fought off by Cirillo. Arizona State a little more peppy to start this power play off. Good puck movement. We talked about it earlier, Brett. You alluded to it. Decisiveness is something they've been lacking. A good job here by Budman to bring it in. Over to Studioso, to Larson, back to Budman. That pass a little slow, and it can be sent out by the Buffaloes.
Arizona State has to realize that Colorado's being very aggressive, pushing up towards the blue line for that guy who's on the point on the umbrella, and they need to maybe work it down a little more low, and then that'll allow them to create the space up top that they want to get point shots through.
1:15 left on the power play chance, 12:25 left in the game. As the Sun Devils will slowly break it out. That one just on sides. Forward to Amaya in the slot. He shot, he can't get it off. Followed up by Kowalczyk and covered by Cirillo as he makes his 19th save of the evening.
Again, something gritty in front. Not talking about the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, though. And again, it's going to be their second, third chance opportunities. And for the Sun Devils, again, they just have to keep the course. Still 12 minutes left, a lot of time in this hockey game still.
A good keep by York as he lays out to continue the offensive chance, but a bad pass from Amaya as he gave it straight to McAuliffe, and he'll send it all the way down the ice. As we are down inside the last 40 seconds on this power play chance for the Sun Devils, as they once again get outworked by the Buffaloes, who will send it all the way down the ice. As this Buffaloes penalty kill has looked very dangerous and very effective tonight. Trying to shimmy at the line is Larson. He'll lose the puck. It's kept in though. Kowalczyk, he'll try to take the shot. Pivots, sends it across. And it was a quick one-timer by York, and Cirillo holds on. And we're down to 7 seconds left on the power play, Brett, and Arizona State will have to be wary as they get this offensive zone draw with time expiring.
I like the great passing play with that one-time opportunity from the point, York getting it through. I would have liked to see Jet Larson be a little more in front of Cirillo, because on that shooting opportunity, Cirillo was able to see it and track it with no one in front of him.
That puck gets out, and as we mentioned, Arizona State has to be wary of the Hail Mary. Luckily, they just avoid bad timing as York and Kowalczyk sort it out. A good pass to Demon by Kowalczyk, but he can't handle it. And that will be an offsides.
And also in terms of paying the price, it's again trying to stand in front, and hey, if you're getting hit with the puck from a point shot, you're just going to have to take it if you wanted to try to climb back in this hockey game, as well as just trying to eat the puck when there's no pass available to you on either end, either offensive or defensive, instead of making a turnover right to the opposition.
.57 remaining in the final frame. And Brett, we talked to head coach Tate Green before tonight's game for the Sun Devils, and his parting words to us were, "We're not dead yet."
Yeah, definitely is alluding to more of the chances of them trying to make it top 20 in the rankings to make it to nationals. Also can be definitely applied to this game with still a lot of time left.
That'll catch the ceiling and a whistle. As there's a lot to be gained this weekend for Arizona State, as they managed to somehow jump back in the top 25 despite not getting a win last series against the Oklahoma teams. And right now they're only 4 spots out of a chance to go to the national tournament being held this year in Frisco, Texas. A great location for the national tournament, end of March. I know we're both looking forward to that. As Murphy wins that draw, he'll battle Klein out of the way. Miller with a blind reverse somehow gets it back. Will then play it off of the boards and up to Amaya. Amaya with his head up, sends it into the middle. He finds his man. Larson trying to deke past 2. He'll blow a tire, go into the boards, but managed to keep it in the offensive zone. Some good work by Amaya to help him out. Amaya now around 2, runs into the ref and loses the puck, and now Robinson can get it out. And they'll bring it in the offensive zone over to Murphy, and it goes off the noggin of Bronson Moore as he made the full splits and manages to keep that one out of the net.
A broken play by the Buffaloes come out of their own end, ended up moving to a 2-on-1 from their near blue line and in. And for Murphy, he had an opportunity to go short side, but for whatever reason, ended up being a little too much over to the far side where Moore was already occupying, and he used his noggin on that save.
The 10-minute mark of the third period is upon us. The Sun Devils trying to get something to get themselves back in this game and give them a chance. They've had a few good opportunities tonight, but it's been Cirillo there for the Buffaloes to stop every one of those chances. As Geely loses that one, Cepeda comes in, and Bronson Moore is forced to cover it up. Some good work in the offensive zone by Nathaniel Cepeda, the Keller, Texas native, to dig that one out of Geely, send him to the ice, and generate a chance on net. A good effort, and that's something that you want to see if you're the Sun Devils, but it's the Buffaloes who are continuing to put in that effort every shift.
Yeah, just past midway in the third period, and the Buffaloes still have as much jump to their game as they had in the first.
Studioso now through the neutral zone, moves from right to left, swings it in the offensive zone. Eric Cotton trying to come in on the backside, just misses the puck, and it's Mitchell now who gets it out. Backhanded it forward to Cepeda, just over his stick. Denman will clear it out of the zone, and Hull switches it over to Mitchell, who just sends it into the offensive zone. A good pass by Cotton. He catches Denman. Denman sends it back over to York, who fires one from the slot. A good opportunity, but a better save by Cirillo. York, another chance he'll fire it. That rebound kick back out to Kowalchuk at the point. Kowalchuk a soft shot and it's blocked. Newhouse coming back, a 2-on-2 as Newhouse tries to work over York, and York sends him down and denies him that offensive chance.
Like the communication between York and Kowalchuk, York pointing to pick up that back checker and be able to get their defensive assignments.
Callion having a hard time getting a chance off as Kowalchuk made a good move. Kinsella now with a hard shot, as you heard that one rip off of the pad of Bronson Moore. Moore's 29th save of the night. Yager Larson with a bit of a hospital pass as that's turned over, but Budman bringing it back in. Arizona State double shifting those top two lines as we finally saw the Donovan Myers line for what feels like the first time in forever. And as that first line gets back out on the ice, they will draw a power play opportunity. And Brett, I think this is where the saying, it's now or never, really comes into play.
Yeah, definitely the chips are down. You're going to be looking for a lot of aggressive plays from the defensive end, either keeping the puck in or jumping into the play backdoor, like what we're seeing with the Buffaloes with Kinsella.
Yager Larson, the last man on for the Sun Devils. He'll step into that left wing position as it's Mitchell versus Klein in the circle. A 50-50 that's kept alive by Hulson and sent back to the point. Budman doesn't have a lane. Back to Studioso, over to Larson. Larson trying to feed it in the slot. Gets back to Studioso. He fires, and that one just went over the net. A headhunter of a shot. A redirection off of the stick of the defenseman, and it stays in the offensive zone for Arizona State.
Again, I want those forwards to be a little more active. Again, trying to get in the grill of Cerullo and getting that shooting lane so he can't pick it up.
1:45 on the power play. Arizona State wins another draw. Larson bringing it in from the point. He'll fire a good save by Cerullo. Off the waffle board. Sun Devils get it back. Klein on the half wall, pursued by two Buffaloes. As he and Holston try to work it out, they cannot, and it's Sullivan, the penalty killer, who will just get it on net, and that allows the rest of his teammates to change behind the play. Good effort by Sullivan, making a play for the team, as that killed off some valuable time for the Sun Devils. Budman to York, who's stepping in. Cerullo not quite ready, got down just in time to deny it. And Sullivan will chop that one down the ice with a minute left on the power play. McAuliffe backing off of York as he'll send it to the wing, but Kowalchuk was covered. Carter takes a clearing attempt right in the gut, but the Sun Devils turn it over once more. Back and forth we go. Who's going to get it? It's Carter, but Moore lays out to chop that one away. An athletic play by Moore and a heads-up one as the Sun Devils caught napping on their own power play. As we are inside of 6 minutes left in the third. 15 left on the power play opportunity for Arizona State. Larson was trying to dish it off to York. He gets it back on the half wall. Larson trying to feed in front. He gets his man, and that one goes just wide of a gaping 4x6 off of the stick of Jake Geely. Kowalchuk, a good job to kick that one down and keep it in. Geely trying to get the puck back. He will, as he fights off the stick of Mackey. Geely in the corner taking a hard ride. Kowalchuk will fire one. Cerullo knocks it back down. Geely after it once more on Callion. It finds its way onto the stick of Adams. And he'll get it to McAuliffe, and he'll just chip it out. Another power play goes begging for Arizona State, but at least they didn't give up a shorthand opportunity like they did earlier and even generated a few chances.
Yeah, again, something that would have been awesome to see more consistently throughout this game.
Palumbo denies that chance for the Buffaloes. And so it was Newhouse trying to get the shot off. Palumbo getting feisty in the neutral zone. As he and Tyler Barban get to exchange phone numbers with each other. And we have a whistle with 4:24 left in this game. Brett, we've seen a lot of action tonight, and the ice has really been tilted for the majority of the evening in one direction.
Yeah, the Buffaloes, again, got to give credit to them. At the drop of the puck tonight, they've been the ones winning the races to lose pucks in the first period, and it's been carrying over. Especially with a team like the Buffaloes coming in with that 5-game winning streak. This has to be a familiar feeling with them having the lead late in the third period and trying to kill the game off.
The Buffaloes haven't lost a game since they went to Central Oklahoma back in November. That was before Thanksgiving. Since then, they have just been piling up the wins. And they look to be on their way right now to another one tonight before their hard-nosed matchup tomorrow night with the Wildcats. .420 on the clock. Dylan Adams, the BC native, will try to skate that one in the offensive zone. Gets past 3. Nobody in to help him out on the forecheck. That is until Demon stepped in at the blue line and just keeps it alive. Yaga Larson goes for the short side shot. Cirillo knocking it down. Newhouse will reverse it. Kowalchuk fighting to keep it in at the point. Just gets there. But once again, no help. And now Larson will bring it in once more. After tagging up, Larson goes for the shot. Sticked away by Cirillo. Newhouse gets it ahead. And here comes Carter with speed. He's trying to make a move into the middle. Budman fights it off. Kowalchuk gets it and headmans it to Larson. Larson at the end of his shift just looking to get a handle on the puck, but loses it, and he'll go off for a change. Carter trying to get a shot. That one kicked away. A good block by the defenseman Budman. And the centerman Klein can bring it in the offensive zone. Backhanded behind by Jet Larson. Kowalchuk can't keep it in, and we're down to 2:45 left on the clock. At this point, Arizona State just trying to break the shutout bid of Cirillo. As it's Klein making a quick little move, goes tweeners on the defenseman Hull. Unusual but effective. He gets it in the zone, but no help from Amaya. As the Sun Devils looking a little tired and bow-legged at this point. You hear the head coach Dave Green telling them to pressure. York will pressure, get that shot off. Callion limping a little bit after blocking it. Javelin up to Mitchell, and they'll get it out of the zone. As it was Sullivan on the wing, hoping to get a chance. It'll be Mitchell now, though, that picks it up. He's got Sullivan in the middle. Mitchell looking for the pass. He finds him, but Sullivan fans on the shot. York just needs to get it out as he gets a hard ride from Sullivan. A bouncing puck, and Moore will collect that with 1:38 left on the clock.
Arizona State in this third period. Again, I think that's probably their best period so far of being able to generate chances on the power play, having defense players coming out of their own zone and contributing with the forwards in the attack. But I think it's just been a little too late. I wish I would have seen that a little more consistent throughout this hockey game.
Well, yes, once again plagued by a slow start were the Sun Devils, and an opportunistic early goal by the Buffaloes, and they never looked back. As they're trying to add to it right now, a good move into the slot by McAuliffe, as he's got Bronsonmore all the way out of his net, and they score! It's Mitchell on the back post. Some good work by McAuliffe to drag Bronsonmore out of position, and it's 4-0 Buffaloes.
This is a visual representation of what's happened tonight. The Buffaloes have been outworking the Sun Devils for the majority of this hockey game, and it was McAuliffe being able to win the race, beating 3 Sun Devils, and then from there having the Sun Devils scramble in their own net, trying to recover into their defensive positions, and it was able to be put home by his line mate, David Mitchell.
Eric Cotton just trying to get it out of his zone as we come down to 60 seconds on the clock. Murphy pokes it off the stick of Kowalchuk. Murphy had a couple men in front, but decided to call his own number. As Barban getting into it with Eric Cotton behind the play. Budman throws that one in front. And we'll have a whistle called by the referee, a penalty late here in the game, as the aforementioned Barban getting a little excited late in the game with that 4-0 lead, and he'll see himself in the box for a roughing.
Yeah, but I think just the referee just doing a little bit of game management, trying to keep this under wraps and no crazy fireworks or anything from both teams at the end of this. .40 seconds on the clock.
That's Budman that gets it in the corner. Halston trying to win the battle along the boards. That one's in front. Cirillo fights it off. Klein nearly got himself a goal at the last minute. But Cirillo once again closing the door just when the Sun Devils think they have a chance to finally get one. A poor zone entry, and that sees it all the way back to Bronson Moore, as he'll just try to fire one up. And the last few seconds will tick off the clock. And a big win tonight for the visiting Colorado Buffaloes, as they take the first game of their 3-game trip into the state of Arizona. As the players go back, thank Bronson Moore for the Sun Devils and Cirillo for the Buffaloes, as both goaltenders put in a big performance tonight.
Yeah, I've been very impressed by the Buffaloes tonight. Nothing doing anything major, anything crazy. They just came to play tonight from the jump and came with that speed and with that tenacity and hustle that really dictated the tempo of this hockey game against Arizona State. With the conclusion of this game tonight, it's going to end up having both of their records with the teams respectively, with Arizona State going 6-14 on the season, and with the Buffaloes going .500 on their overall record, 10-10, and improving their rough road record now to 2-7.
And as the two teams finish shaking hands and head to their respective dressing rooms, we welcome you into the booth here at Oceanside Ice Arena as we get nice and cozy up here. Thank you all for sticking with us tonight. It's been a cold one here at Oceanside Ice Arena, always is. And as I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn, to recap what we saw tonight, Brett, it never came to fruition for Arizona State, and you saw it right out of the gate. It was Colorado who were ready to play.
Yeah, it definitely was. No excuses for the bus legs or on their plane flight coming from Boulder today, and it was a great job by them. We sensed they came in on that 5-game heater of the winning streak, and for them to really play loose and play free out there, and the head coach Eric Ballard has to be impressed with what the Buffalo showed tonight, going wire to wire in a convincing victory.
Very convincing, in fact. And Brett, there's plenty of names that you can choose tonight, but for the Kowalchuk Construction Player of the Game, who are you going with?
Yeah, it's going to be the defenseman number 24, Matt Adams, doing it on both ends of the ice, really using his physical prowess out there of being able to take away time and space for the Arizona State forwards and then be able to contribute on the offensive end and really be that catalyst for his team to go ahead and take this 3-0 victory.
Well, we also saw Cirillo put in a very good shift. I think I have to give him an honorable mention on my behalf, as he made some very key saves. Not quite as many stops as Bronson Moore had to see for Arizona State, but everything Cirillo saw, he stopped, and you have to tip your hat to a goaltender anytime he gets a shutout.
Exactly, and for his benefit, he didn't really need to tonight because the guys in front of him played really well, not allowing second chance opportunities in front and really allowing Cirillo to make easy, simple saves.
And it was a great night. Thank you so much, partner, as it was a pleasure to call the game with you tonight. We thank all of you for tuning in. As always, each and every one of you makes such a big difference, but there are a few very special people that we would like to thank that make this broadcast possible each and every night. Our producer tonight was Johnny V. Vaughn. Our statistician was the one and only Sharon Cooper. Our cameraman was Michael Wiggins. And our director of research was the one and only Linda Rivas. Happy birthday to you, Linda.
Happy birthday, Linda.
Well, a 4-0 victory tonight for the Colorado Buffaloes as they will head down to Tucson tomorrow. We will be here for another puck drop with some exciting Arizona State action as they take on the Colorado State Rams. The puck drop will be at 8 o'clock. Pre-game skate starts at 7:30, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you at that time. For my partner, Brett Vaughn, I am Niall Cooper, saying so long from Oceanside Ice Arena.